welcome back to the Press Box, Week 3. This is Wes Blomquist with Mike Foreman. So, Mike, we're up on top of the hill, Memorial's famous hill. What are you taking from this?
Well, I've heard about this hill. I've heard about the players coming up here, going up and down for conditioning, and I can see why they use it. It's a good hike up here, and I'm sure after you did it a couple of times, you would feel it. So
I actually passed out twice coming up here. Phil, the intern, had to pick me up, carry me up here.
Right.
But it's all worth it, just like it's worth it for the Vipers.
That's right. They hope in the end that it'll pay dividends, and specifically they hope it'll pay dividends this week against the El Campo Ricebirds.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. Last year, El Campo came here, right behind us, Memorial Stadium, came out with a win. Tonight, they face they're up at El Campo. What do you think for the matchup?
Well, the thing is this year we don't really know. El Campo's had 2-0. They've had a good start. Memorial's had that week off, so they've had an extra week to prepare for El Campo, so they should be ready. I think obviously the biggest concern for both teams right now is the approach of Hurricane Ike. A lot of games have been moved to Thursday, and you really don't know how that affects your preparation. Coach Finley, I think, will talk about that, but he said that it shouldn't affect them because they had the week off. But really, you just don't know when you vary from your routine what can happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty there, but the good thing for the Vipers, they did have a week off, so they're prepared. It's not like they're coming off a short week or they're 4 days off. St. Joe, they're over in Austin. Their game got moved to Austin. But let's focus a little bit on El Campo and Memorial. We went over and we talked to Mickey Finley and one of his players today. Here with Vipers fullback Alex Barbosa. So, what did y'all work on in your off week leading up to El Campo?
Off week, we basically just worked on a bunch of technique and make sure what we do, we're doing it good now because we worked on what we do. So,
yeah. So, think you're ready to take on the Ricebirds?
Yeah, we've had 2 weeks to prepare, and they've only had 3 days, and we've had twice the time. So,
all right. Go get them, man. Vipers head coach Mickey Finley. Just what did y'all work on the off week, and how do you think you're prepared to go into El Campo right now?
Well, we worked a lot on fundamentals, and we just had to wait and see how we prepare for El Campo. They've got a good football team, and I know we're a lot better than we were a week ago, and hopefully we can show that on the field this week.
Okay. What do you know about the Ricebirds, and what do you think they'll bring?
Well, I think they're going to be one of the more talented football teams we play this year. They've got a lot of speed. They've got 3 exceptional backs. They got 2 great linebackers. You know, they're just pretty deep. Their line. They got a couple of 300-pound offensive tackles, and just got a heck of a football team and a lot of speed, a lot of size.
Okay. How important is a win for your team this week?
Well, they're all important to us right now. We really and truly, we don't weigh any of them any more than the other. We're just taking it one game at a time, and right now, anytime we can get better and get a win, it's going to help our program.
All right, Mike, well, if Alex wasn't ready before that, I don't know what's going to get him ready.
Yeah, he was pumped up, no doubt about it. He's ready to play the Ricebirds. I guess he's been out on this hill a few times. It looks like he's handled it better than probably you or I could.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
But let's hit upon some other games. I know a lot of games got moved up because of impending Hurricane Ike. What games are you looking forward to?
Well, we have Shiner and East Bernard, which is one of the biggest. We have 2 teams that have won their first 2 games. It's Shiner's homecoming. It's been a good test for Shiner. East Bernard has won the last 2 years. They have an excellent team. This will be a good gauge for both of these teams. We also have Cuero going to Devine. That'll be a good test. Devine is 2-0 as well as the Gobblers. And then we have another 2-0 matchup between Calhoun and Floresville, which is actually a rematch of last year's by-district contest. And that's going to be played in Floresville. So it'll be another test for the Sand Crabs.
Okay. So Sand Crabs came in with high expectations. How have they responded, and what are they telling everybody throughout the state?
Well, they're for real is what they're telling everybody. People might have had doubts. They moved up, I believe, to number 6 in this week's poll. And their offense has really been clicking. And that's what you expect when you have a lot of seniors on your offense. It's a very timing-oriented offense, and they've done extremely well in operating it. And so far, nobody's been able to stop them. It's 2 games, but they've looked very good. And I'm sure they want to continue their momentum against Floresville.
Another game out there is St. Joe at Austin St. Andrews. St. Joe took a 2013 loss last week at Schulenburg. Need to bounce back. They're 0-2 right now. Need to get that first win. They've never played St. Andrews before. Going to their place because because of the storm. So that should be something interesting to see how Mars and the crew over there bounce back.
Well, I think the biggest thing for them, I guess they just got to cut out their mistakes. They've been really plagued by them in the first 2 games, and let's face it, they played 2 good teams.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing they need to do is cut out their mistakes, and I think they can go from there because really, if you look at it, they're like everybody else. They're preparing for district, and they're playing good competition, so this will help get them ready.
Yeah, penalties were definitely a problem. They went over 100 yards of those.
You can't do that. I know we get flagged a lot, and at work it seems like we're always getting flagged.
Yeah, they moved my chair back 10 yards last night. I still sat down, fell on the ground.
So we're going to try and recoup and be back here next week and talk about what other games there are. Memorial will be starting another game against Moody next week, and hopefully we'll see if they're on a win streak when they go.
Yeah, hopefully they are 2-0. Who knows?
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Ricebirds are tough, though. You know that, Wes.
They are tough. Well, I don't know that, but
yeah,
so.
You should.
All right, for Mike, I'm Wes. That's the Press Box. Another aspect of the Press Box is highlights. We're encouraging coaches and fans to send in clips. You can either do this by sending us a URL from YouTube or bringing us a physical copy. Our address here is 311 East Constitution in Victoria.